My name is Shaofen Malliaroudakis. I born in Taiwan and Taichung, and I come to America when I was 17, back in 1973, and so far that's it.
And your husband is of Greek descent,
Yes,
and you met him here in New York.
yes. I met my husband in New York. Not so much in the beginning because my parents divorced back in 1969, and we come to live with my mom. My father remarried in Taiwan, and then we lived with my father's new wife, my stepmother, for 4 years, and somehow we didn't you know get along that well. So my mother decides to bring us over because my mother never remarried. So she's living abroad for a couple of years. So, and my mother is very open-minded. So she said, as long as you're happy with and you're content with your life, and you're the one going to live with that person. So if you're happy, and she doesn't have any objection, but only I think my father, because he's still very old-fashioned, and so he have a very tough time to accepting in the beginning. But later on, because my husband is very, how can I put it, very easygoing person. So eventually, everything worked out. Yes, because as it is, Chinese have a long history, and also with the Greek culture is also, and so I find have a lot of similarity. So we didn't have uh, different, a lot of time didn't have a different opinion, because in general we all have a long history of our background.
And ideas about the structure of the family are similar.
Yes.
Values.
Yes, yes. I think in general, Greek people and Chinese people, and they all, like majority, think men. Okay, it's, I mean for the basic things, the parents, they favor the son more than the daughter. In that sense. But as far as my family, my parents try to be very fair to all of it. But still, they take the favoritism to the son more, even though they don't want to show it. And in that sense, I think Greek tradition and Chinese are very, very, similar. My mother-in-law and father-in-law didn't come, and so we decided to go over there and to see. And then they want us to be married in church, and for us, we already married. I mean, we had the we go to the court, and we do the civil there, and we just have the Chinese banquet another day. And then, a year later, we went to Greece. We do the church ceremony there for the parents. They're very, very open. I mean, they're very nice to me. They love me, and I love them both. They're very, both parents are very open. I think the only person in the beginning it's a little hard. It's my father towards my husband. As far as my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they're very, very nice. They're very open-minded. I think that's how my husband is. that open-minded. So I don't know how to put it, but
So you felt very much at home with them.
yes. And even the country, it reminds me where I born in Taiwan. That was like when I went to Greece, it was 1989 for the first time. But reminds me back in the 60 and 50 when I remember Taiwan. It was like very similar. The house and the street and even the store. And that's why I encourage my parents to go see it. I say, you will say, it's Taiwan. Like, because they both come from mainland China. Okay. They left their own place and then go to Taiwan. Especially my father, he thought he only going to stay there, for a short time. But he never realized,
What was his business? What he
when
trade?
when my father is young, he was doing the how can I put it? When he started, he's doing import export with Japan, and he's like buyer, and
He was in trade, so
yes,
yeah, very good.
and then later on he's in real estate. I'm not very good with dancing, but on Greek food, I know. That's why I always tease my husband in the beginning. Says, "Oh, no wonder Greece called Greece because you guys use a lot of olive oil, And then for Chinese, we don't eat a lot of cheese, and I find that very difficult because I know my husband. He eat a lot of cheese, and in the beginning when we first got married, I used to tell him, please, can you eat outside? Don't bring it to my refrigerator because my whole house smell. The cheese, I cannot take it very well. But now because my daughter and my husband both eat cheese, so I have to give in and let them eat the cheese.
Feta cheese, you mean?
Any
Or-
kind of
or
cheese. Yeah, because I
Any
find the
cheese.
cheese are a very strong smell. That's something, because I'm not bored up,
Mhm.
used to that kind of smell. I understand a little bit, very little. But, I think it's good because I think, like I was telling Joanne before, and because he's very persistent, and then my daughter start learning since when she was young, and she know, like she have to speak with her father in Greek, and a lot of times, especially when she attending grammar school, she start speaking English. I notice every time when she speak English to her father doesn't reply. Then she know, she was speaking the wrong language with her father, and then. And for me, I'm easy. Like when Despina tried to speak with me, without speaking Chinese, and sometimes I reply, my husband used to get mad at me. He says, how she's going to practice? You're the only person, So, and then I try to, compromise, like, okay, try to remember. But when he's not around, sometimes we, with easy, whatever is come to mind, and then we just use it. Yes. I mean, my husband still have a relative, in New York, and my sister-in-law, and we are very close, and then we talk. We used to live together, and then, but even though now we don't live together, but we talk very often. And then, but as far as get together, not so often because we all work. Yes, in the beginning, I think my husband's side, like my sister-in-law, they are not really used to Chinese food. They kind of like very close-minded. They didn't want it, just like me. Like till this day, I think they're just to Chinese food more than I just to Greek food, because I still don't eat, cheese. I still doesn't use that much, olive oil. But as far as my sister-in-law, I think her cooking changed a lot and towards Chinese way because she enjoyed it, and she find it's a lot easier too. And another thing is I think Greek food is more heavy, and then Chinese food is more light, and then Greek people, I don't think they eat enough green, like vegetable. I think majority they only use salad a lot, and then the cooked veggie I very seldom I see, and even if they cook, I don't think I ever try it, So as far as exchanging, I think they're more open-minded than myself. I have to admit that. I don't have any preference. I mean, I'm very open. So long, she find, friends she can communicate and she's happy with it, that's fine with both of us.
And the same, you prefer her to marry to a Chinese?
It's the same thing.
or
My mother always believed, so long you're happy with, we're okay. We have no strong feeling towards any, race. No, we're pretty open-minded. Especially, we are mixed marriage also. So I don't think, by that we set our example for our children, and so, we have to be open-minded. As far as music concerned, we all play our own. Like I still stick with the Chinese, and Despina listen to Korean music, Turkish music, or Greek music. She's pretty open as far, and my husband only stick with classic music. So we just listen to our own music. No, I think it's very open. It's whatever you feel comfortable, and we don't enforce. You have to believe what I believe. No, we do our own way. Like I used to be Christian. Now I'm more like try to practice and believe in Buddhism now for myself now. I think in all religion, mainly, it's teach people to be good, to be, nice, and that's the basic things. And I think whatever you feel comfortable and makes you happy and content. We moved to Greece in 1995. It wasn't for Desmina got sick, we would have still there. And I know deep down my husband always want to go. And I'm pretty open. Like since he's the household, like the head. So whatever I was telling Despina, whatever he want to go, so long he's happy with, and we go with him. But he have to be 100% happy with it, because from where I come to USA, that time we have no choice. I was 17 years old, and then my parents divorced, and then since we are not happy with my father's new family, so we live with my mom, and we are very happy with my mom because my mother didn't remarry. So I think that's a big impact. So from changing family and living all kind of condition, so you kind of easy adjust. Like I'm very easy person to be content. Like so long if my husband, my daughter is happy, I'm no problem. I'm happy. I think it's a very good thing, but on the other hand, I'm worried for like her major, like linguistic, and then from where I grow up, my parents always say you have to find your main focus when you graduate. You know how to, make a living. That's a basic thing. And I'm afraid with linguistic, what kind of job she's going to do, what she's going to, like survive, that kind of thing. But since that's her, love, and I only can do the encourage her to find whatever she want to do. And I cannot stop her, even though I'm not really 100%, know what she's going to do. That's the only feeling I have towards that. I think it's a good thing she know language, because since, especially living in New York, it's the only place you can learn all this language, because you had the Greek school there, you have the Chinese school. I think even if she live in Taiwan per se, she can only learn Chinese and English, and she might not have the opportunity to expose to Greek or whatever. And if she live in Greece, she probably only learn Greek and not so much Chinese school, I don't think. So I think she's very fortunate in that sense. They encourage me, and they even try to persuade me to learn Greek. And because at night they have for adults the Greek, class. But due to the time, and also I think I'm never very good with school, so, and then I didn't continue. But yeah, they are very, very good, and I think in order for the society to accept you, it's up to the individual. How did you perceive? If you really care for what people think or what you think. And I'm the type of people, I really didn't care what other people think. And I know what I want, and then that's it. No, only Asian. Only Asian. That's at least from way back then, 1973, when I leave. Before that, I know it's all Chinese people. I don't remember in my lifetime, back in 17 years I lived there, I see not even one or two, foreign people.
So the first time you saw so many different other groups, it's when
it's
you
come
came
to USA.
to
Yes.
the USA.
Yes.
And that was a shock for you?
No.
You feared? You saw as
No.
a positive?
I think I'm young. When I come here, I didn't speak a word English, and then for me it's very exciting. You only watch movie, and then you have movie star, picture, and then that's it. So for me, it's an experience. I take it as an adventure. I didn't think nothing of, especially I find when I lived with my father, I wasn't really enjoy the lifestyle there. So anything can escape, I'd be more than welcome, like happy with. So I didn't really, find that it's shock or discomfort or anything. No, I enjoyed it. All I can say is, as far as I can remember, every time I go to Greece, they always have strike. If it's not airline strike or a bank strike or a CUNY strike, that was the only thing I kind of dislike it, because it inconvenience everybody. And then I was telling my husband, what was the end result? Did they solve anything? And then with these things also, and I think, if very simple. If you want to borrow the money, okay, you borrow people's money, the same thing. You have to, according to other people's turn. You cannot, you want to borrow my money and then tell me, what you want to do. No, it doesn't work that way. Why should I give you my money and then you want me, how you going to return, to pay me back? No, it doesn't. For me, I would not lend the money or give the money. As simple as that. That's how I look at it. Yes, we learn the history, in class, in school, and I see picture all the time. It's very beautiful. And then as it is the first time I been there, I was shocked. And the scenery is breathtaking. It's very nice, and then the weather is very good. And also, I was telling my husband, the only reason I enjoy to go to different country because in Taiwan I'm very sick. I have asthma and everything. So when I come to USA, it didn't have asthma attack, and that's a big plus for me. And then also when I went to Greece, I love the breeze. It's like so beautiful, and I really like it.